Hi guys, something you probably don't know about me because I don't really talk about it on the channel is I love the arcade game Taiko no Tatsujin, aka Drum Master, and if you haven't played it, it's like a rhythm game with 2 drums, absolutely awesome, and whenever I'm up at Arcade Club up north I give it a good play. But the problem is I'm terrible at the game because I don't have any opportunity really to practice, and that's why I bought this, and it's the official Taiko no Tatsujin drum pack for the Switch. So you get the game in there, you get a drum, but the problem is the drum is like a Hori made drum. I think it's Hori, and it's very plasticky and it's nothing like the arcade, so really it's not very responsive and it doesn't register the inputs and stuff, so I find it really hard to actually get better at the game, and that's what I want to do. I want to be able to sit at home and improve at the game. So I did a bit of research, and there's a load of companies that do really fancy drums that are much more like the arcade version, but they're really expensive, like $400 even, which is just prohibitively expensive for me. I'm not going to spend that much money on a drum for the Switch, right? So now I saw that this company called Rythmagica brought out a couple of drums, and they've got this one here, which is the TDC10, and they've also got a TDC17, and the 10 and the 17 refer to the diameter of the drum. So this one, TDC10, is 10 inches in diameter, and they just look awesome. They're much more affordable. I think this one's about £120, and the 17-inch one is roughly 200 and something pounds. So £120, a lot better than the you know, $400 or whatever it was I was looking at paying for one of the other ones. And yeah, that's pretty good, because the official one, the Hori one with the game, I think cost about £100 RRP, and the game you can buy for like £20, so £120 for this drum actually is really affordable. So yeah, I haven't actually used this yet. I'm going to set this up. I'm going to show you how to set it up and everything, and we're going to have a look at what's inside the box. I did reach out to Rythmagica for this, by the way, myself, and ask for a review copy. So this is a review copy, but I approached them because I was going to buy one anyway. I really wanted this drum, and I really want to be able to practice, and my nephew absolutely loves this game, so he's a bit of a drummer, so we'll be sitting and playing this together and hopefully getting better at Taiko no Tatsujin. So next time I play the arcade game, I might be a little bit better at the game. But yeah, what I'm going to do is I'll set it up on the Switch. I think there's like a test mode on Taiko no Tatsujin on the Switch where I can sort of test how sensitive the inputs are and everything, and compare it to the official plasticky drum. And we'll see what the quality of this TDC10 is like, and then yeah, we'll play a little bit of the game and this, that and the other. And there's also an app, and we'll go through setting up the drum on the app and all the options in there. So first let's have a look inside the box and see what's in there. So everything is housed in this lovely case. Let me just move that out of the box. So you've got this lovely Rythmagica case, and you've got like embossed lettering there, and everything, the drum, everything else is housed within this. So we'll just open this up. So on top you've got the drum itself, obviously. Underneath we've got all the accoutrements, so we've got the bachi or drumsticks. Now these are really nice wooden drumsticks. Unlike the horrible thick plastic sticks you get with the official drums, really nice. There's also some grip for these sticks, which I'll apply shortly. Then you've got the stand to hold the drum. And then we've got a USB cable. There's like a USB-A cable and then a USB-C adapter in there too. So let's set up the actual drum. This comes with some instructions in English on how to set it up. It's compatible with the Switch, PS4 and PC. I'll be playing it on Switch, obviously. Just quickly before I assemble the drum, this is the official drum here, just to show you the size comparison. See, the 10-inch Rythmagica drum is significantly larger. It's hard to show. Here they are side by side, and it just feels so much heavier and better quality. The other one's so light. This is several times heavier, which is just great because, as I said, at the moment when I whack this official one, it just moves, you know, moves across the table, which is a real pain. But yeah, let's get this TDC10 set up. Another really cool feature of this drum is it has 75 by 75 VESA mounting holes, so you can actually mount this drum on a monitor stand. You could actually attach it to a fixed monitor arm and that's not moving anywhere during gameplay. Amazing, that is a really cool little feature. So the stand's very simple, it's these two brackets which slot together. Then this little screw slots in here and that's it. And then you just pop the drum on the stand. You just got to make sure the USB ports here are on the right hand side. And there's two USB ports. I think they differ per console. So there's, like, you know, whether you're using Switch, PS4 or PC. And it's explained in the manual. For the Switch, you have to connect the dock using the USB-A cable. Or if you want to connect it to the Switch handheld device, then you use the USB-C cable adapter. They also included this Super Nintendo controller. I assume this is for you know, navigating the menus and stuff, because on the official drum you have a load of buttons, you know, like A, B, X, Y and L and R and D-pad and everything. And actually that's a really cool feature of this TDC10, because the whole thing is drum. There's no buttons on the face there, so you get full drum, whereas you lose quite a bit of the drum on the official ones. And I think that's what this USB SNES controller is for navigating the menus. And I assume, although it's not mentioned in the manual, I assume that that goes into the other USB port on the side of the drum, but I'll experiment with that in a minute and set it up. So the grip that comes with the sticks actually isn't that great. Like, you just wind it on, and I've done it really badly here. You can see I've done like a real botch job of this. But yeah, you just kind of wind it on, and then it's got a little this sticky bit at the end that you just stick on. It doesn't look like it's going to stay stuck, in all honesty, so I think this may come off with like a little bit of playing. But I don't think you need them. Like, the sticks are really nice. You can see there, like, you know, the sticks have a nice Rythmagica logo on, and this is them compared to the official sticks. Like, the official sticks are absolutely terrible, like really plasticky, and you can see they're a bit mashed up there from where my niece has been whacking them against the table. But you know, a world of difference. Just that's really indicative of the difference in quality you're getting with these sticks compared to the sticks that come with the official one. But yeah, as I was saying, with the grip, like, I can see myself replacing this grip pretty soon because it's not the greatest quality. So I might just end up playing it without the grip on the sticks, or I might, you know, invest in some nicer grip. But yeah, I'd say that's something of the whole package. The whole package seems really good quality, but the grip is something I think is probably lacking. For the app, just go to the store and search TDC Mate. Open it up and it will connect to your drum via Bluetooth. Then you get all the controls you'd expect from a Switch controller. So you don't need the pad, you can actually navigate the menus, etc. using this. In the settings you can set various options like the sensitivity of the drum. I'm leaving it as 10, which is the default, but it does go all the way up to 90, with 0 being the most sensitive. You can even adjust the individual sections of the drum here, but I'm leaving it all as is for now. You set which system you're using at the top, which dictates what controller layout is presented to you. Arcade mode, I had to tick this to get the drum to work in game, otherwise it was only working in the menus and that's it. You can also update the drum's firmware here. As you can see, it shows I have a gamepad plugged into port B on the drum. Just a quick sound comparison of the two drums. You'll hear how plasticky the official drum feels compared to the TDC10. It's also a completely different texture. It's hard to describe, quite like the texture of the arcade drum, but it does attract dirt and hairs and stuff more though. So yeah, the TDC10 is just so much heavier and more sturdy, so, you know, whacking the plastic drum, it just ends up moving across the surface that you've got it on. You have to kind of tie it down, whereas the TDC10 does stay in position. when you're using it, which is just, even that alone is just a game changer, to be honest. Oh, also I should mention that here you can see I've kind of done a real botched job on taping the grips up, because as I predicted earlier, the grips have been coming loose. So I got this tape that I think I used on some underlay on my flooring, so I just whacked that on there for sort of a temporary solution. It seems to work okay, but obviously I will replace the grip at some point. Now you can just quickly see here how awkward the Hori controller can be, and sorry it's out of focus. I'm just whacking away here, I'm not actually playing the game, just so you can kind of see the notes, what it is and isn't registering. There are quite a few blind spots, including a lot of the outer side. Now the TDC10, I get a much better input response, so it registers every hit for the red face notes. Until I get about this far down, at the bottom here, hits don't register. And the blue outer notes are much more sensitive, and this was a big issue with the other drum. I don't even need to hit the actual outside of the drum, I can hit the sort of outside of the face of the drum and they register. It's far better, and remember I can still play with the sensitivity in the app if I so wish. Right, time to play this game very badly. I told you I was bad at this game. Well, I play snooker every Friday and I used to play basketball my whole teens and 20s, and I was terrible at both of those. But I never let lack of skill get in the way of my enjoyment of something. And obviously I missed a few notes there, but the thing with this drum is when I miss the notes I feel like it's because I'm doing it wrong, rather than on the Hori drum that I know I've hit the note and it just doesn't register. If you haven't played Taiko no Tatsujin, I thoroughly recommend it. It's really fun, even if you aren't great at it like me. And yeah, this drum is just a great way to kind of get into playing it at home if you want to play it at home. I'm really impressed with the Rythmagica TDC10, especially at this price. Finally, I'll be able to practice at home. Yep, link to the drum in the description, and thanks again to Rythmagica for sending this over. Let me know what you think of the drum. Have you played Taiko no Tatsujin? You know, if you haven't played it, what do you think of the game? And thanks for watching.